Thurston opens up about embracing cancer lifestyle. Bachelorette star Thurston got the shock of her life earlier this year. She went to the doctor for testing after finding a lump in her breast. Like many women, she assumed the lump was a benign tumor. However, the biopsy revealed cancer. After a scary misdiagnosis, Thurston found out the cancer is already in stage 4 and has spread to the lungs. Despite having cancer at only 34 years old, she remains positive about the outcome. She took to social media to talk about how embracing the cancer lifestyle has helped her. Bachelorette star Thurston was diagnosed with breast cancer earlier this year. She opened up about embracing the cancer lifestyle. Thurston reunites with husband. Thurston tried to find a husband on multiple reality shows. She was on Matt James' season of The Bachelor before being named the lead for season 17 of The Bachelorette. She did fall in love with Blake Moynes and get engaged, but they broke up after a year. Katie had a brief romance with Vince Xu after meeting on F-Boy Island. But it turned out that her husband wasn't on reality TV. She met Jeff Arcuri when she began a comedy career in Los Angeles. Thurston initially kept their romance a secret, but went public with the relationship in early 2024. They got engaged in the summer. He was by her side when she was diagnosed with breast cancer earlier this year. They decided not to wait to get married and eloped in March. Jeff Arcuri is an acclaimed comedian. He was supposed to go on tour around the time Katie found out she had cancer. He postponed the tour for a bit, but has been in Europe for the last 2 months on the tour. The Bachelorette star joined him in Italy and went to Greece for the end of the tour. They returned to the States ahead of an important test in Thurston's cancer journey. Bachelorette star opens up about embracing cancer lifestyle. In a few days, Thurston will have a scan that will reveal if her cancer is progressing or if treatment is working so far. She took a social media break while she was in Greece so she could live in the moment with her husband. She returned to social media to share an update on what's going on in her life. Her video updates are completely unscripted, and she speaks whatever comes to her mind in the moment. What was on her mind for the latest video was how cancer changes your viewpoint on everything. She revealed that every day she feels grateful for having lived another day. Thurston said that is part of the new cancer lifestyle she's embraced. In addition to the video addresses, Thurston updates fans through the Booty broadcast channel she created on Instagram. The messages she sent out to fans from Greece echoed her video about the cancer lifestyle she's living now. She shared that she did indulge in sweets and treats while in Greece, but once she's home, she will resume a healthy diet. Furthermore, she plans to join a gym in NYC. Thurston never imagined that her post-Bachelorette fame would evolve into a very different kind of spotlight. One not cast by roses, champagne toasts, or reality TV cameras, but by a diagnosis that shook her to her core. In a raw, open-hearted new interview, Katie reveals how receiving a cancer diagnosis became the catalyst for the most vulnerable and powerful transformation of her life. It wasn't just about the physical changes, she begins, seated on a cozy couch in her sunlit San Diego apartment. It was about shedding who I thought I had to be, the perfect influencer, the cool ex-bachelorette, the strong woman with the quick wit, and learning to be real. Even if that real person was bald, bloated, and scared. A shocking diagnosis. Katie's journey began quietly, almost annoyingly, with persistent fatigue and a sore lump she mistook for a stubborn ingrown hair. At first, she brushed it off, chalking it up to stress, travel, and poor sleep. But something in her gut told her this wasn't just another post-tour slump. I finally went in to get it checked out, mostly to silence that little voice in my head, she says. The doctor ordered a biopsy, and within days, I heard the word that changes everything. Cancer. Katie was diagnosed with stage 2 Hodgkin's lymphoma, a cancer that affects the lymphatic system, often in young adults. It was surreal, she recalls. You think you're invincible, especially when you've survived reality TV. But cancer doesn't care about your Instagram followers or how healthy you look on the outside. Embracing, not fighting, while many frame their journey through cancer as a battle, a war to be fought and won, Katie took a different approach. I didn't want to fight my body, she explains. I wanted to listen to it, love it, and embrace led her to reframe everything. The chemo chair became her meditation spot. The days she couldn't move became moments of deep rest and reflection. And the mirror, once a place where she checked for camera-ready perfection, became a space to honor her changing face. one that was tired, brave, and beautifully human. Katie began documenting her journey on social media, not out of obligation, but out of a fierce desire to show the unfiltered truth. I shared the puking, the crying, the hair loss, but also the laughter, she says. Like when my wig flew off during a windstorm and a sweet old man chased it down the street like it was a puppy. Her fans rallied. Messages of support poured in. Some thanked her for helping them feel less alone in their own diagnosis. Others were simply inspired by her willingness to show up raw and unrehearsed. Humor is healing. I think my humor saved me, Katie admits with a chuckle. When I shaved my head, I named my scalp Roos and told everyone he was in charge now. When my eyebrows fell out, I drew them on with eyeliner so badly I looked permanently surprised. And I would post it all, because if I couldn't laugh, I'd drown. Comedy, she says, gave her agency. It was her way of taking the narrative back from fear. And in true Katie style, she even turned her experience into a stand-up set. Yes, you read that right. Just 3 months into treatment, Katie took the mic at a local comedy club and delivered 5 minutes of raw, hilarious, and deeply moving material about cancer, body image, dating with a port in your chest, and how people don't know what to say, like the guy who told her, "At least it's not brain cancer." The audience gave her a standing ovation. That night changed everything, she says. It reminded me that I still had my voice, even if I had no hair. Love and loss, reimagined. During her treatment, Katie also reevaluated her relationships. Some friends drifted away, unsure of how to handle her illness. Others stepped up in unexpected, heart-shattering ways. My mom flew out and became my rock. My dog, Tommy, never left my side. And there were people who barely knew me who dropped off suit, sent cards, or just listened when I needed to cry. Romantically, things were more complicated. I was dating someone casually when I got diagnosed, she reveals. He ghosted me the day after I told him. And yeah, that hurt, but it also showed me what I deserve. Katie jokes that cancer became the world's most intense dating filter. I now know I want a partner who's not afraid of the messy parts of life. Someone who'll help me clean my port without gagging or draw eyebrows on me while we watch Netflix. From survivor to advocate. As of this summer, Katie is officially in remission. But she's not interested in moving on and pretending it never happened. This chapter changed me, she says, and I want to make sure it helps others too. She's launching a podcast titled Bald and Brave, where she'll talk with other cancer survivors, caregivers, comedians, and everyday warriors about the realities of illness, healing, and identity. She's also working with several cancer support organizations to promote early detection, especially for women in their 20s and 30s. Cancer doesn't always look like a hospital gown and IV drips, she warns. Sometimes it's a tired girl with a full face of makeup pretending everything's fine. We need to normalize checking in with our bodies. A new kind of beauty. These days, Katie wears her buzzed regrowth like a crown. She's ditched hair extensions, contour kits, and the pressure to be always polished. There's a new kind of beauty I've found. One that comes from feeling alive, she says. It's in the scars, the softness, the survival. Katie Thurston may have once captured hearts as a bold, brassy bachelorette. But now, she's inspiring thousands with something far deeper. Radical honesty, unflinching vulnerability, and the bravery to embrace cancer. Not as a curse, but as a teacher. I'm not the same woman I was before, she says with a gentle smile. And I never want to be. Because this version of me, she's lived through hell, laughed through it, and come out the other side shining.